Hey everyone, Nathan here. Today we'll do a reverse dive boost and reverse drop shoot tutorial. So I'm gonna show you different ways to start these techniques, a few mistakes you can do, like basically how to perform them better. So I will start with a reverse drop shoot. So for this, it's easier to perform on a very flat ground surface, and because of it, I'm going to go out of bounds in tower level. It could have been in another level, it doesn't really matter. So I invite you to do the same. So first, to get there, of course, you're not allowed to chirp at the goo. If you're here to learn reverse drop shoot, I'm assuming you can already perform a dive boost and stuff like this and manage to get your way up the whale room here with fancy flying. So here I am going to go north of the whale room. See, north is the opposite side of the corridor, and you just jump towards it and press screensaver. You push left stick forward, you hold the jump button, you press screensaver, you stay in it, and up you're out of bounds. It's as easy as this. There are 5 possible screensavers, so only 2 of them are facing north and will make you slide out of bounds easier. So if it doesn't work the first time, try again, maybe you'll get a better screensaver and it will work. So here, now once you're at the bottom, the goal is to reach back to the whale room with RDS. Many RDS techniques start with a drop shoot to get some sort of boost energy, and then use it to force the reverse dive, because for some reason if you just aim the camera up and you move towards the camera like this, good luck getting into a dive, it's impossible. You'll just jump like this, okay? So I'm assuming you can drop shoot a little, no need to be an expert at drop shoot. If you can just like jump, perform a little drop shoot like this, and then get a little boost, you're ready to perform RDS. Your purpose is now to perform your first RDS. So for this you would jump in the air once or twice, get into a drop shoot, and after like 2-3 jumping animation, you just flick both sticks in their opposite directions like this. And the moment you hit the ground, you try to press and hold the jump button down like this. Okay? So when you are in RDS, try to keep the left stick fully along the vertical axis, because if your left stick is sideways, it will reduce the maximum boost you can gain. So only turn with the camera, so you turn the stick left or right like this. So mine is inverted, but don't let it fool you. So let's do it again. Drop shoot. Oops, drop shoot now. Fuck. Alright, drop shoot, and then I revert both sticks and I press jump when I hit the ground. So as you see, the camera gets under the wayfarer's head quickly. This is what you want, because the more vertical the camera is, the better it is for a powerful boost. So then you can just run like this. You can turn with the camera a bit sideways if you need to. You can actually run in circles. If you feel like slowing down, do big chirps, like this. And the moment you release the chirp button, press it down again, alright? So that's very useful for RDS. And when you're ready, you just push the left stick forward again, and you release the jump button just after you lift off the floor, alright? And if all went nicely, you'll get a very powerful boost. So you can see this. Let's see how high I went. Oops. Here the whale room should be over there. You can just do a dive boost and get over there. See? The whale room is over there, and I even got enough energy to get to this corridor. Alright. Sometimes it will happen to you that you didn't charge enough energy before getting into the reverse dive, and therefore you will fail it. Like this. Okay, so at first it can be confusing and you may not understand why it's not working and continue jumping like this, but eventually it's a good thing if you can recognize the situation quickly to start over again. Sometimes you start the RDS nicely, but then you don't stick to the ground well, you end up jumping a bit, and it can lead you to the same situation as well. So one very common mistake when you're trying on RDS is not managing to stick to the ground well. So for this, what I suggest you do that whenever you get like this in RDS, let's say you press jump at the wrong moment and you... oh fuck, I'm too good. Alright, let's assume I emptied my scarf like this and I'm not sticking to the ground anymore. Eventually it will work after a while, but sometimes it can take forever and you don't manage. So what you should do, you stop jumping for a little while. I'll try to show you again how I would save this situation. So let's say, oops, okay, I get my boost, new RDS. I empty my scarf on purpose here. And up, let's see, you're jumping. So I stop jumping for like a second, jump, and hold again the moment I touch the ground. That's a very useful way to recover, and I strongly advise you to try it. And otherwise, yeah, if you just if you are not scarfless yet, just focus on pressing jump the moment you bounce on the ground a second time, and you should be fine. Reverse dive and jump. Oh, jump again. See, here I failed. I did a barrel roll, so I stopped pressing jump for a short moment, got ready to press and hold it again the moment I hit the ground a second time. There are two sort of RDS animation, the normal one and one where the Wayfarer spins on themselves. Alright, so this is a bad RDS animation. As you see, the Wayfarer is rolling and the camera is very bad. To get out of this situation, you can just do one or two big chirps and boom, nice camera angle again. Or a second solution which I like to try if this situation often happens to you, is I just flick both sticks. I don't press jump the first time I hit the ground, but I jump again and press jump a second time to start RDS. So I'll show it again entirely. Drop shoot. I flick both sticks. I hit the ground, jump, and boom, I press it to RDS. And I'm 100% sure I will get a good camera angle this time. It's a good RDS animation. So far what we've done is going in a direction, we flick both sticks and we go in the opposite direction. But of course you can RDS towards the direction you were first headed towards initially. So for this you would just turn the right stick fully left or right during the end of the drop shoot, and then you flick the camera and the left stick together like usual. Let's show you. So drop shoot, oops, jump, drop shoot, okay? And here I turn my camera sideways and up, I flick both sticks together. So now with RDS, it's very useful to chirp a lot to slow down and at the same time turn the camera sideways. So you would keep the left stick fully towards you and just the camera, you place it like this at a 45-degree angle on any side, and you continue doing big chirp like I am right now. So the moment you release chirp, you press it again, and when you do this, you charge as well, but you don't use a lot of ground. So it's very useful, but your ears may suffer. So I'll show you a place where it's actually useful. So here, the snow corridor. This is a corridor leading to snow level on top of the whale room. And if you want to RDS here, you have only a very small ground surface. And RDS can be really useful to get at the very top of the tower level. So as you see here, I drop, alright? So I can only charge in the middle of the corridor. So I would do the same. Drop shoot. Then I flick both sticks, like this. And boom, I hold jump, I do my chirp, and once the camera is nicely angled, so about now, I turn the left stick sideways like this. So left stick fully towards me, but the right stick I press it sideways. And as you see, I can chirp in small circles like this. And when I'm ready, it's just the same thing as I did on the bottom, except you need to be more careful. So don't boost too close to the tower, that's why I boosted towards the north, then I'm facing back south now. And because there are an invisible wall which you can hit, and if you do it like this, you can easily get to the top of the tower level, which is pretty cool. So this is your challenge for today with RDS. It's quite hard actually to RDS in the corridor. I have shown you before, for RDS you can either drop shoot like this, and then you flick both sticks in their opposite direction to RDS in the opposite direction, or you first turn the camera stick sideways and then whoosh, you go still forward. You can do the same for a reverse dive in the air, so I'll show you this in Broken Bridge and then we'll transition to a reverse drop shoot. So here my dive, turn the camera sideways, then I flick both sticks together, and the moment I hit the ground I can RDS. You see? So alright, so here the ground isn't very flat, unlike the tower out of bounds, so it's very useful to chirp in circles. I have shown you before, and so it's a good place to practice circle drop shooting, reverse drop shooting, and then when you boost you can get out of bounds quite easily normally, if you manage to keep the camera just under the wayfarer's body. You see, here I'm out of bounds already. The reverse dive boost technique is a technique that isn't very useful because you lose lots of altitude during it, and if you don't use flyers to prevent you from dropping in the air, you won't get very far. So that's why it's mostly useful for the fun of it. But in some certain situations, like in tower here, it can be really powerful. I will show you that right now. So I would start with a dive boost just like normal. Do my flyer boosting normal way. A bit of slow flyer boosting if you want. And then I skip the last chirp here. Oops. And then I turn both sticks in the opposite direction to get into the reverse dive, and I do what you see me do right now, which is I do big chirps continuously, holding the jump button down to avoid losing height, and when I'm ready I boost. What happened here is the reverse dive allowed me to complete the charge I got from the normal dive boost before with the flyers, and you see, by combining them I got very high. I could have done only a very long reverse dive with the flyers, but you don't see where you're going, it's quite hard to stay, and you tend to lose height quicker with in reverse dive boost position. So it's better to like first start with a normal dive, and after you've done a bit of circling around the tower with it, you can start a reverse dive like this. So I'll show you a second time. So I revert both sticks, up, big chirp, and I hold the jump button down continuously, and I do big chirps. Left stick fully towards me. I turn slightly sideways with the camera like this to stay over the flyers, and then I can boost when the scarf gets empty, for example. So you can choose where you're going by turning the left stick sideways. If you want to boost facing the camera, you can flip both sticks like this. You can do this anytime during a boost, for an RDS as well actually. But you will lose a little bit of boost power by doing this. You could also start the boost with the camera facing down, if for some reason that's something you want to do. I'll show it quickly. Here, reverse dive, and I can boost like this. So you see, what I did is just pushing the camera back down, and I started to boost. But if for some reason you want to do this, you can. Alright. In case you want to perform a reverse dive boost but without having any flyers nearby, you can do it from this bridge section in Broken Bridge, for example. So like doing a little drop shoot, chirping to slow down, and turn the camera sideways to get into the reverse dive position, jumping about every second or even faster if you want, and then boost. As you see, it's not very powerful because we lose altitude so fast during the reverse dive, and for this reason you can actually slow reverse dive boost. It's not very easy because I guess you'll need to be used to doing a normal slow dive boost like this first, and then try to do the same but in reverse. So I would start with a normal drop shoot. I'm recharging my scarf a bit, and then get into the reverse dive position, try to find the left stick pressure. This is the left stick pressure, more or less. Then boost. And I swear to you, it will give you better height after boosting. Here my scarf was quite short, so not so much. But yeah, it makes a difference. So that's it. I hope you will learn something today, and I wish you good luck with a reverse dive boost and reverse flyer boosting. And yeah, see you some other day. Bye.